how to start business with zero capital. You don't have any money, but you want to start your company or your business. How do you get started? A lot of people complain that I want to start business, I don't have capital, I want to start. It is not true that you must have capital to start many businesses. I'm going to show you how to get started here, and here is how we are going to discuss. The first thing is, I am going to discuss with you how to brainstorm as many ideas as possible. Then the next thing is, after coming up with the idea, how do you find out who really needs this particular services that you want to offer, right? Then the next thing is, how do you find the delivery system? Are you the one that is going to deliver it yourself, or you have a delivery system? This is where I'm going to discuss how I started a company from a city in Nigeria that I have never been to that city. I've never been there. I started a company in that place. I'm going to discuss everything with you. Then the next thing is, what about supporting skills? What do you need them for, right? Then why should you avoid knowledge overload syndrome? Knowledge overload syndrome. Then we have two kinds of people you should ask for advice, and two kinds of people you should never ask for advice. Then I will also tell you a little bit about my story, how I started a roofing construction in Lagos, and I've never been to Lagos. I'm going to discuss this with you. Then I'll also discuss with you how I wanted to start a hospital. And these are two parts of my secret that nearly nobody know it. Nobody know it. Then finally, how about angel investors or venture capitalists? Are they important? Then we are going to discuss it. First, the first thing is, you want to brainstorm as many business ideas as possible before you start. From the start, you want to brainstorm as many ideas as possible. Why do you want to brainstorm as many ideas as possible? Because you want to give that free flow of informations. Don't worry, some of the ideas may look stupid to you. Some of the ideas will not make sense. Some of them, from the start, you think that it is there, this is not going to fly. Just brainstorm them. And if you brainstorm them, I'm begging you, write them down with pen and paper. Don't write them on computer. Write them down. It has a way of sticking better. Write them down. Don't worry if they are perfect or not. Write them down. At least brainstorm up to 30 businesses that you can start. Brainstorm. The way you want to do it is to, at some point, spontaneously go out, intending to think about businesses. Thinking of people that are into various businesses, how they are doing it, how you can come up with something similar, how you can come up with something that is directly opposite, like that. Just brainstorm. The other way you can brainstorm ideas is for you to start looking at your environment. What is it that people are paying money for? People are paying money for either goods or services. What is it that people are paying money for? There are certain things that people went and queued online for. What are these things? What are the supporting things that people will need because they have bought those things? These are the ways to brainstorm. Another way to brainstorm is, each time you spend money, why are you spending that money? What is it that is important that made you want to spend this money? Brainstorm around those places and come up with ideas. These are just examples of where you can get started with. Then the next thing is, like I said earlier, ensure you write them with paper and pen. Don't use computer. It has a way of sticking better. I used to have my paper and pen in a book that I don't allow anybody to have access to it. The idea is, a lot of people once they get access to it, once they see a lot of businesses there, they begin to give you 300 reasons, 1 million reasons why that business will not work. and you yourself, you begin to mirror why it is true. So you don't want anybody to see it, and you don't want to discuss it with anybody. The next thing is you want to find out who really needs. After you have brainstormed all the businesses and you have come up with a few a single one or two, you want to find out who really need this business. You really want to spend a lot of time here, because at the end of the day, it's about who you are serving that will automatically lead to how much you are making. Brainstorm who really need this business, this service. Let me give you a pro tip. If you are serving poor people, if your business is providing solution to poor people, it is a game of number. And if your business is providing solution to rich people, it is a game of like in a bigger quantity, right? It's about charging them higher for one or two services that you've offered. So for poor people, it's a game of quantity, which means you are going to really look at the value chain, and the value chain in this situation is going to be price. That is what determines the number of people you get. But if it comes to rich people, the value chain shifts from price to quality, from price to making it unique, from price to classic, right? So you really want to spend time to look at this. Who are you serving? Who is your business going to help? Who are the people, and what is their value chain? What do they prefer? What do they put much attention in? Then the next thing you want to look at is the delivery system. Am I going to be the one that is going to save? Let's say the roofing construction I just started. I don't know a thing about roofing. I don't know any shit about roofing, right? I only do my plus and minus, which I'm going to discuss with you, and I come up with it. I don't know it. So I'm not the delivery system. The delivery system, you want to spend time to really get a quality, reliable, and fast delivery system. If you are not going to be involved in the delivery system, then the next thing is learn the supporting skills. You don't have money to spend. You don't have money to give the graphic designer if it's unique graphic. You don't have money to give website developer if it needs website. Then you learn those things by yourself. At the beginning, it's about working hard, right? When you get the money, then your money do the work. So it is the reason why I tell people that you cannot earn passively when you have not started earning actively. You must earn actively first. You must trade your time for money before you later trade your money for money. So you want to learn the supporting skills. If it needs website, you want to learn website development. Website development, typical 1 week. You are done with WordPress. WordPress is pretty easy, right? You want to learn graphic design overnight. Spend overnight, watch videos on YouTube. You are done with graphic design, right? You want to learn the supporting skills so as to minimize anything or that will bring expenses. Then the next thing is you want to avoid knowledge overload syndrome. And I'm going to tell you why knowledge overload syndrome is very dangerous. What is knowledge overload syndrome? It's a situation where you learn from different people and you get a lot of experiences, and it reaches an extent that you are nearly confused. Why? Because different people will tell you different things. Some of them will tell you a lot. As much as you want to get in-depth knowledge of the business, you don't want to get to two different people. You prefer to learn from a few people, right? Then get in depth with them. And these people, they should be people that are doing the same thing. I'm going to discuss about that. So learn from a few people. Please don't go around learning from everybody. It doesn't make sense. Okay? Then there are two kinds of people you should never ask for advice. And there are two types of people you should ask them for advice. The first person you should never ask for advice is the person that is doing what you are doing now. and the person do not have any concern of moving forward or is not interested in something bigger, you don't ask this type of people for advice. Now, it doesn't mean that there are not some of them that you get good advice from, but majority of them will just tell you 1,000 reasons why you should stick to what you are doing now, right? So you don't want to ask this type of people for advice. The second category of people is people that are likely to be jealous of your progress. Especially, this has to do with especially some of your friends that you see that if you make any progress, they feel jealous and all that. You don't want to talk to them about the business. You want to keep quiet, right? They will get to know by the results, but not at that particular time. You want to keep quiet and calm down and keep grinding, right? So there are two categories of people you should ask for advice. The first one is that person that is in business. It doesn't matter if it's in your industry. Business people will always encourage you to do business. Business people will always encourage you to do business. They will tell you there are ups and downs, there are challenges, there are whatever, but they will always encourage you to do business. So you want to seek advice from people that are doing business. That is the first category of people. The second category of people is you want to ask for advice, possible advice. Now, and this is very dangerous, is people that have tried business, especially in your niche, and they have failed. Some of them are honest enough to tell you that while that business is lucrative, this is the challenges that I experience. This is the challenges that I have. This is the challenges that I have. Now, these people have given you why they encounter problem and how they are and why they even exist in the first place. So you will now prepare for you will now prepare a defense for such type of situation. These are two categories of people you should ask for. There are other people, but to me, these are the two categories of people you should ask for advice. Then the next thing is, I want to tell you how I started a roofing construction company in Lagos without ever being to Lagos. Now, this is uncommon, and this is a story that I can swear that nobody has ever heard this story. While I was in school, at a point in time, I'm going to tell you about the time, I realized that I cannot be a civil servant. What do I want to do? I just don't know. But as at then, I was learning copywriting, right? I was learning copywriting. I started learning web development, this advertisement, right? Social media advertisement like Facebook ad, Facebook and Instagram ad, and Google ad as well, right? But I have finalized that I am not going to be a government worker. So then again, before I even start learning copywriting and social media advertising, I was a content writer. I write blogs. If you are in Nigeria, you may be familiar with Nairaland Forum. That is where I get my client. From Nairaland, I graduate to Fiverr. From Fiverr, we graduate to Upwork. That is how we do. I will get clients, we work, we get paid a penny and all that. We manage to pay school fees. We manage to take care of ourselves in school and all that. So over the time, I have come to realize that I am going to be a businessman. Then I now say, okay, I'm going to learn copywriting. Then I started learning copywriting. Then I social media advertising. Then an idea came to me of starting a company. Then I start thinking about what can it be. What I was thinking around the profession I was studying then. But later, I landed myself in construction, in roofing construction. Then I went to Nairaland. When I went to Nairaland, I looked for someone that can actually do roofing from Nairaland. When I look for that person, we discuss and I ask a few questions and I get to know a little times on construction and all that. I initiated a social media marketing campaign. I started running ads. The person was based in Lagos. I targeted Lagos. I was running an ad as a company that is offering roofing services, social media ads. I got people. When I got people, I interacted with them, WhatsApp interaction. Then I will discuss with them that my team member will be coming over to come and check the project. Then I'll invite this guy. I made the guys know that I was in Lagos. I made them understood that I was in Lagos, but I am a very busy businessman. But I was in hostel. I was a student in hostel. May God forgive us. Right? I'm a very busy businessman. I don't have time. He should go and check out one of the projects I have for him. The man will go there and check out the project and everything. Then I'll ask him to cost it. He will cost and do everything. How he's going to charge and all that and the reason why and the type of structures that I'm going to do. Based on that, I'll now come up with my own costing and discuss with the person and close the deal. Once I close the deal, this guy that is there in Lagos, I made him understand that I was in Lagos, right? And he believed it because we only have, anytime we want to call, we only have video calls, right? Then the man will go and start the project. We did like 3 projects before I become embedded in some activities in school and I was unable to continue the company, and that's how it goes. The man will go start the company, he start the construction and the roofing, then he will be updating me videos. Then I'll also be getting feedback from the owner of the house. How far have he gone? Do you like what he's doing? Is there anything you want to be changed and all that? After the completion of the construction, I'll pay the roofing guy his remaining balance and I'll take my own little share. I put the remaining money on ads, and that is how we keep going. I've never been to Lagos. I don't have experience in construction or anything, but using my initiatives, had it been I had time in school, as in, if it was that I was not in school then, I would have moved to Lagos and continued the business. That is one aspect. That is the first one. The second time was during COVID. When I came back during COVID, I came back to Abuja. I conceived an idea because after COVID, I was done with my 300 level and I was about to go to clinicals. But then I have made up my mind that I'm not going to work with government. I've made up this mind. So when I came back, I interacted with, in Abuja we have University of Abuja Teaching Hospital. Outside, apart from this University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, there are top hospitals in Abuja, and amongst them there are some that I know. There may be some that I do not know, of course. Among the top 10 hospitals I know, one of them, I know the CEO of the hospital. I went and interacted with him because my thinking as of then is within the profession of what I was studying. I went and interacted with them. Like I said earlier, I have made up my mind that I'm not going to work for government. So I was looking at possible ways for me to start a hospital. I went and interacted with the man. How did you start your hospital and all that? We interacted, and he told me some things that make a lot of sense. The first one is that he told me he started his hospital when he was a resident doctor. And how did he start it? He said he just gathered some money, then he rented a house, right? That house was where he was staying. Then he made a part of it where he admits. This is not healthy. Truly, this is not healthy. Because what he said, from what he said, is that it was a house with something that looked like a boys' quarters, right? And you know, if you're a doctor in the area, almost everybody will know this person is a doctor, and all that. and people will be coming to you with their problems. Okay, now that place, that bungalow, the part of the house which is a bungalow, that is where he admit patients. He bought some little equipment and all that, and he admit patients in those places as a resident doctor. Now, as he keep admitting people, as he is doing delivering exceptional service, people keep coming. More and more people keep coming, right? Then the owner of that house will now want to sell the house. He bought the house. He said that at the initial he couldn't complete the money on the first payment, but he bought the house. Then he conceived an idea, and the idea was this. He went and invited one of his friends who happens to be a resident doctor in a different department. He was in a particular department. He want to bring in somebody from another department so that the person will be able to contribute his own understanding in that hospital, which is going to be like division of labor. He brought in the person and said, you know what, this hospital, this clinic, I am making so and so, around so and so per month, and I want you to bring you in as a shareholder for a year. I'm going to be paying you 50% of whatever revenue we generated in this hospital at the end of the month for the next 1 year, for us to work together in this business. Who will not do it? It is difficult to see a doctor that will not do it. Most doctors are going to do it. And the person come, they get started. They started working on it. Then he was telling me that his own, whatever he earned from that hospital goes back to equipment and other things in that hospital. Then whatever he earned somewhere else, which is in there as a resident doctor now, is what he spent. Then he keep expanding the hospital. After 1 year, the hospital is a little bit bigger now. Say, okay, the person who is willing to continue with the contract now say, okay, now I am going to pay you 30%. I am bringing in another person as well to make us be able to be more efficient, right? That person, I'm going to pay him 30% as well. Me, the owner of the hospital, I will take 40%. And the person was happy for another 1 year. And at the end of that year, he brought in another person again. And the more people are coming, the more they are able to deliver exceptional services, the more people are hearing about their hospital, and the more their hospital is growing. He bring another year. Okay, I'm going to pay everybody 20%. And that is how it reached to an extent that, okay, now, because at the beginning, the reason why he invented the idea was because he cannot afford to pay salary. So when it reached a situation where he can afford to pay multiple workers salary now, what he did was that, okay, he gave them enough money that they can, each of them, he gave them enough money that they can use to rent a house and buy some equipment for. He is fair, the man was fair to them to start their own hospital. Then he said that they are going to work on salary basis now. And that is how it works. He has started the business from nearly zero capital, but what? From his own understanding, from his own knowledge, from his source, or from knowledge around him, right? So that is why if you want to get started, right, you look at the environment. What do you study in school? If you study, let's say, computer science, okay, brainstorm around computer science. What problem can you solve that people are really ready to pay for it? At the beginning, it's going to be more of service rather than expecting too much pay. But over time, it is going to pay off, right? Right now in Abuja, among the big hospitals I know, because right now, if you go for investigation in University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, if that investigation is not possible in that place, they will direct you to that hospital. And that is how I intended to start my hospital. But unfortunately, as I continue, my digital skills, right, predominate any other things. and here I am in digital space. Now, if you are happy with what you have learned here, please subscribe to this channel, follow my page, share this video for others to learn. My name is Muhammad Ilyas Bada, and every single day in the next 365 days, I'm going to be dropping videos in this page or in this channel for you to watch and learn on how to get financial independence. See you in subsequent videos.